Good morning, everyone. We're just going to wait a few minutes and then we'll get started with stretches. I want to make sure people have time to get on. We are just a minute early, so yeah, we'll wait a second. Hope everyone's week is going good. I know I'm enjoying the warmer weather we're having, so that's always a plus. Yeah. Morning, Joe. We're just gonna wait a few more minutes. I would like to start on time, but we only got you, so we'll wait just a second longer. We got a few more, that's good. Morning, Lindsay. Morning, Amy. We'll just get started in a minute. I'm gonna wait for a few more people. All right, I'm gonna wait just a minute longer. Want to see if we have a few more people, but I do also want to get started. Is volume good, everybody? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our stretches. Again, we're sort of gonna go top down format as I led last Friday. So our first one's gonna start with our arms up overhead. We don't need the chair yet today. Arms up overhead. Bend the hips back and release down. And then back up. And back down. And one more time. Down. Trying to keep that back nice and flat. Hips are hinged. And then back up. And we're going to start by dropping ear to the shoulder, and then if we want, for just a bit of an extra stretch, we can place the hand on our head and then think of dropping the other arm to the ground, getting a nice stretch through the side of your neck, the upper traps. This is helping relax some of those tension spots we get while we're working on the computer all day. Neck might be craned a little forward. This is going to help relax that. Okay, and then we're going to switch to the other side. For each stretch, we want to try to hold for 5 big deep breaths. This gives us an equivalent of about 30 seconds, which helps lengthen that muscle. Okay, and we're going to go back to stand and forward fold. So we're going to come up and down. Remembering that when we fold forward, we're hinging from the hips. So our hips come back and our chest comes down. We're going to come back up. We're going to move down one more time. And we're going to come back to that next stretch. This time we're going to come at that 45. Hand can come up, sort of like Michael Jackson. Just breathing into that stretch, feeling it through the upper traps. and slowly coming up, and then we're gonna go to the other side. See, a few more people have joined us. That's good. Just holding the stretch, feeling it through that neck. As deep as you need it to be. And slowly come up. And we're gonna do our forward fold just 2 more times. So we're gonna come up, hinge at the hips. Relax, come back up. Hinge at the hips and come back up. For this next one, we're going to grasp our hands behind us, pulling down and maybe a little out, really opening up that front of the chest. So as you can see, it's pulling open my chest. My hands are back. If I feel my back arching, I'm going to engage my core. Keeping my core nice and tight, not letting my back arch through the stretches for the front of the chest. And we're gonna slowly let go of our hand. And we're gonna do some arm circles backwards. So we're gonna go up. As we come down, we're gonna squeeze between the shoulder blades. We're gonna do this 5 times, squeezing between the shoulder blades. Morning Jordan. And then we're gonna go back to that same stretch. So we're gonna clasp our hands this time. We're gonna try to put the opposite hand on top. I know it'll feel sort of weird, but it'll help with the stretch, making it more even between the 2 sides. Letting yourself open up through the front. Help getting rid of some of that posture we have, or lean forward all day, curled around a book, curled up at the computer, texting on our phone. All of that's bringing our chest forward, and this is helping relieve that. So we're gonna let go, and we're gonna do our arm circles again. This time we're gonna go the other way. So we're gonna squeeze, bring the arms up and over. Squeeze, up and through. Now that we've done 5, we can shake out our arms a little bit. The next one we're gonna do, I like to have a chair for. So for this one, hands are gonna come on the chair. We're gonna stand back almost an arm's length. We're gonna hinge our hips back and let our shoulders come through. And we're gonna come up, and then we're gonna stretch our wrists. So we're gonna take our thumb, put it right under our wrist, fold forward. Other hand's gonna come onto the top of the hand. We're just gonna add a little pressure, stretching out the back of the wrist. And again, we're gonna hold that 5 big deep breaths. Just getting a gentle stretch through the back of the wrist. We don't need anything too intense. And we're gonna let that come up. We're gonna go for the other wrist. Again, thumb underneath, hand folds down. And then using your other hand, just giving a little bit of pressure to pull your hand back in towards you. Okay, good job. And we're gonna just do a few little wrist circles. Pull each direction a few times. And we're gonna come back to our shoulder stretch. So hands come on the chair, shoulders come through. Letting your shoulders relax. Feeling a stretch in the back of your shoulders. Hips are hinged, core is engaged. And we're gonna come up. And we're gonna do our wrist stretch. This time we're gonna go in the opposite direction. So I like to put sort of my hand on the back, thumb on the back of my hand. My other hand sort of wrapping through. Arm straight and just a gentle pull backwards. If you wanna go at the top of your hand, you can. I find I'm just pulling my fingers back, not really giving my wrist the stretch it needs. Try to keep your elbows straight. And pressure through. And we're gonna switch to the other hand, elbow straight. Pressure onto that hand to help just give a little more stretch coming towards you again. And again, just a few arm circles. Or wrist circles, sorry. And we'll go the other direction. We'll just do 2 more stretches here. So the next one's gonna be a twist. So again, that one hand comes to our opposite hip, and then we're gonna twist to match that. We don't want our hip being yanked by our hand to engage that stretch. We engage through the upper torso. As we breathe in, we can deepen the stretch. As you breathe out, you might relax a little more. Breathe in and deepen, and then relax back to center, and then to the other side. And relax. Deepen with an inhale, and relax. We're gonna go arms up. And we're just gonna take a side bend. We'll come up, go to the other side. And we'll go to each side one more time. And then we're gonna do our twist, so hand to the opposite hip, turn to meet that. And coming out, hand to the other hip, turning to meet that, feeling the twist to the upper spine. Again, feeling the chest open a little bit, and back. And we're gonna come up, hands overhead again. I like to interlace my fingers, but you can just keep your arms overhead. Almost like you're holding a giant balloon, or interlace those fingers. We're gonna lean to one side, come up, breathe out and lean to the other. Big breath in and out. In and out. And our last stretch, we can use the chair to hold on to, but we're gonna grab that foot. Push the hip forward, pulling the foot in towards us, just letting ourselves feel a stretch down the front of our leg, making sure we're pushing through so our hip stays nice and open. We don't want to be closed off. That eliminates some of the stretch and also doesn't give our hips the chance to open. A lot of us are sitting throughout the day. That tends to tighten up a lot of those hip muscles. And while this isn't there, well, this stretch is more for our quads, it does still open up our hip. Okay, and then we're gonna switch sides. Grabbing that foot, pushing that hip through. Again, feeling that stretch down the front of the quad. Down, and we're gonna do 2 mini squats, hip hinge back, bend the knee, and one more, just getting a little movement through our legs, and then we're gonna do the stretch on each side. This time I want you to take 5 big deep breaths while you do the stretch. Really feel where the stretch is for you, feel how your body feels while you do it. See how you can deepen the stretch or relax it for your knee, but know that you should be feeling it down the front of your leg. switch to the other side. I want you to see how the two sides compare. Do they feel the same? Do they feel different? 5 big deep breaths, really connecting with how the stretch feels for you. Make adjustments as you need to feel the stretch how you want. Okay, I'm going to release the foot and I'm going to come into 2 mini squats again, just to bring some movement through. And those are today's stretches. Try to get movement throughout your day. I know a lot of us are sitting, we forget to get up, but it's just like in the office, we need to go to the bathroom, we need to take water breaks, we need to take our steps throughout the day. Just try to get up and move, sort of once an hour is what we want. Hope you guys all have a good day. Bye everyone.